Hello traders, welcome to today's video, Wednesday the 29th of May 2024. This is your Bitcoin and crypto update, and there's not too much to update on, but I thought it would be good to get a video out anyway, just to update on where we are. I did say in the last video towards the end of last week that I was expecting there to be some kind of consolidation between the 67 to 70k region, and that is precisely what we've had so far. It's very typical end of the month behavior. You wouldn't really expect there to be a massive move at the end of a month, especially when this month is very close to like these high time frame levels, just consolidating below that all-time high here. And yeah, just at the moment, just expecting this range to fill out a little bit more. So yeah, not too much, to be honest, to update on. However, it has been really nice trading from a day trading perspective. We got a few nice trades yesterday, and once again today, the market is giving some good opportunities here. So we'll start off on the macro. Of course, when you look at the monthly, we have this thing where, okay, we've got this consolidation at the moment. It has spent some time quite close to this previous month open here, and we could see this float back up. I think I do have a bullish bias as we go into the last couple of days of the month, where we may well see that this 67, 68k region that it's holding right now goes back up, and we end up getting that close, like a will it, won't it engulf type of situation around about that 71,500 where you had, well, 71,300 where you had that previous month open. And overall, like I said, continuing that bullish bias and looking for some levels above that 78, 84, 90k levels to be hit if we do start to move up, like maybe at the beginning of next month. But locally, it has been a little bit more interesting. Of course, we've just, if you're waiting for all of this, then it's just very much a waiting game. Kind of get back towards that monthly level to end the month, and then can we push on from there to start the summer as we go into June. From a lower time frame perspective, this is where all the interesting stuff really is happening at the moment. So right now, we are, if we look on the daily again here, we have this daily order block, which is holding, and we're consistently just making these higher lows. So curving up over the past week or so, just making these higher lows and staying away from the only imbalance that's really left on the chart here, which is down just below 64,000. So from there is some confluence. If we are to see a drop, and then if we do an anchor VWAP from this low, we can see we've got some confluence as we come and take out some of these lows. But for now, holding. And I think that is relatively strong. You would like to see, when you do see a structure like this, the inverse head and shoulders thing hold, you don't really want to be coming back and testing back into this range that we've previously been in. Consolidating here is constructive, and you would be looking for higher. When you go down onto the lower time frames, there were a couple of nice trades yesterday. Okay, so of course we had that move up on Monday, which took internal liquidity. On perps, we did have a bit of liquidity taken at the highs. Then you come back, fill in the imbalance from below. All right, you had a little gap down here. You had this order block that was holding. And then, of course, what we had yesterday was an Asia session low. London didn't take out the Asia session low, but it did take out the highs. And then, of course, we did finally get that sweep down to take out the Asia lows yesterday, which is where we were able to take long positions. And then, of course, price comes up and once again sweeps the highs. So just staying in this range, liquidity to liquidity, essentially, sweeping highs, sweeping lows. And at the moment, holding a higher low again, which I have taken a long position from. So the reason for that, of course, is I do think that with these consistent higher lows that we've been putting in, this low that we have here looks kind of similar to what we did like last Friday, where you've taken a local high, you've come all the way back down, filled in any inefficiency below, and then you're holding what is a 15-minute OB just at the bottom of this range here. So you're holding this 15-minute order block at the top of this daily OB, and yeah, just looking at this at the moment as some kind of trade that's a little bit like this, and with the targets essentially being there's a lot of levels and liquidity above, of course, coming up to this Monday high, and then you come and take out the highs from last week, and that sets you up for this move back towards the monthly level, which is what I would be looking for as we go into the end of June. So looking at something like this, at the moment, if this trade holds, then great. I think floating up towards that monthly level as we go in towards the end of the month looks really good. Of course, if we do come down and take lows, then these stops start to come into play, and that could be quite a quick move down that takes us all the way down to 64, at which stage I think the idea of this, like, will it, won't it, close around that monthly level becomes invalidated. There's probably just not enough time. So I'd like to see another higher low be put in here, and just this slow, a little bit boring, but actually quite nice to trade, price action playing out as we go into the end of the month. So right now my chart's like incredibly clean. I'm just keeping it very simple, waiting for the next move to happen, because there's a lack of stuff that's tradable left within this range here. We are kind of forced, if you want to trade based off of a chart where there are stops below, which isn't ideal. Okay, you don't, like, generally speaking for myself, I don't like to be entering where my stop is in, where my stop would be like liquidity. Yeah, I'm just not a fan of doing that. I would rather get lows swept, but that was set up for another trade. If we do get a situation where previous day lows are taken out and then you can get a change in market structure, then we can be looking for a move up. Like I say, the alternative is we get a big move down, which becomes a bit tricky to trade anyway. But that is the big, like, the big bad wolf on the chart is this area down below, where we do have confluence down there, and there is a big gap, a big inefficiency that we could yet still fill before we see higher prices. But that is kind of the Bitcoin chart right now, and that's just what we have to trade in front of us. Not a whole lot going on. When you look at the order flow, this does support the idea of making these higher lows again. We can see locally today, even, we are seeing a rise in open interest on mainly short positions opening. That does give the opportunity for them to squeeze. We can see the order book liquidity is pretty much holding support right now, so absorbing these short positions with limit orders. And we've got these bullish CVD divergences across the board on pretty much all exchanges, with a small rise in open interest after yesterday was a little bit choppy and took out a lot of the open interest that had formed over the last couple of days. When you look at Agra, a very similar situation. With each higher low, we're putting in a lower low on the CVD on both spot and perps. Now, you would like to see spot pick up, but I don't think we're going to see spot pick up until we see a break of the range. So as long as we're still in this range, it is relatively normal for us to see this just gradual profit taking. We are at the top of a range. We are close to all-time highs. We are above that. Well, we're around that 69k level. Profit taking going on here is to be expected, but we do, the fact that it is holding higher lows consistently while CVD is trending down and being unable to affect price to the downside, then that would just continue to be bullish until it isn't, basically. So as long as we're holding the structure of higher lows, then we're okay here. Perps again are outpacing to the downside, so you see spot is pretty slow selling going on here. The perps getting maybe a little bit too keen to be shorting this again, which is why I think we could see that squeeze a small move towards like 70, 71k, but enough to profit from if we are to get that. Now, through the rest of what we have, everything else is pretty flat. Funding is flat. ETFs have been just as you would expect, small inflows on a day-to-day basis. So once again, yesterday we had like small inflows again here. No real premium to be found anywhere. And like as I say, the funding rates are flat across the board also here. So yeah, very slight red on the board here, but you would consider that to be neutral, flat, and then you just look to price to give yourself a bias, because there's not really anything within the order flow that would point to anything different at this stage. So I think I'm going to wrap it up there. I wanted to do an update, but a lack of other things to say. So hopefully that makes it clear. My position right now, remaining patient. I think altcoins are still looking pretty good. We've been taking some quite nice trades on altcoins recently from the higher time frame perspective, and there are certainly some ones that are looking really good out there. I think ETH is still a good play, but just cooling off like Bitcoin and the rest of the market is. But yeah, other than that, I think I will leave it there. I'll have a good day, everybody, and I will see you all in the next video. Cheers. Bye-bye.